May we meet those people that you want us to meet tonight. Lord, if it involves doing something differently to normal, then may that happen. Lord, we just want to go where you want us to go. Just to say that we are linked to the Townlink radio, so with this we can we hear everything that the police and the local door staff and the SOS bus are hearing, and we can call through to the cameras with any issues that we have. So A, for our safety, and B, gives us prayer points throughout the evening. For example, last week we heard that there was a security guard at the Curzon estate that had been badly beaten up and was in some danger, so we were able to pray in that situation, calm down. So we've just come across a rough sleeper, who, as you can see, it's very wet tonight. It's quite cold. So we just got him a hot cup of tea. Got him a burger and some chips, and the rest of the team have gone back to the church, and they've picked up a sleeping bag for him as he's had his stolen. Just say something on stage to you, if you're alright. Ready, guys? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear CK. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys.
This is from us. Present.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, God bless you.
It's a lovely fault. It's a lovely fault.
I respect you so much for looking after me, because one time I was so drunk and I ended up on my own in the high street, and they looked after me so good. They killed all my family members and everything. So I was looked after well, man. I was.
Yes, you was.
I definitely was. I don't know where I would have ended up if it wasn't for you guys.
Probably the morgue.
Probably.
Even though that's not funny. That's not funny.
I do respect you so much for what you do.
Joke, you know.
I literally love you guys so much.
Sports, these guys have got coats. I haven't. I want to go inside.
No, definitely. I definitely respect you guys.
You've got a coat.
So why do you think street passes are important?
There's a number of reasons, really. I think it's important because it helps people to get home safely. Help people to sober up a little bit. Providing, I've seen street pastors tonight providing cups of tea, a meal for one guy who's sleeping rough. All that sort of thing is important. But overriding all that is the fact that this is a team of Christians that go out there and really want to see the area being changed, being transformed, and this is one way of doing it.
So Barbara, how long have you been doing street pastors?
About 6 or 7 years.
And why do you keep doing it?
Because there's a need out there for people to feel loved and wanted and cared for. That's why I keep doing it, because there's always going to be a need, because there's always going to be people on the streets of Southend that are needy and want to be loved and cared for. And I'm able to show them the love of God and just give them a hug and a word of encouragement, or just to chat to them to see how they are, so that they know that people care about them.
I've been out 3 times. I feel it's quite a privilege to be able to come out. There is a need. We listen and we look and we care for people, whether they're inebriated, taking drugs, just ordinarily walking around. Doesn't matter. There is a need for people to just be aware and be caring of others. It shows our faith. It's a good way of sharing our faith. We pray, and we can be prayed with and for. It's a great privilege.
Street pastors in one word? I would say that street pastors is love. It's all about God's love. It's all about pouring love out to the people that we meet out on the streets. One of the things that's really touched me over the 5 years that I've done street pastors was earlier this year in May. We had a gentleman come up to us. He used to be a rough sleeper, and we used to, about 2 years ago, we used to regularly buy him drinks and meals when we saw him. And he came up to me and he said, "I remember you. You used to buy me the drinks and the coffees and the meals." And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "That really touched me, and it proved to me that I was worth loving." So to me, it was worth more. It was more than just the drinks and the coffees. And he said, "And ever since you did that for me, and I knew that I was worth loving, he's now off the streets. He's got a job." And so for me, Street Pastors is all about love. It's about showing people that they're worth caring about. It's about just doing the ordinary, mundane things, but actually those ordinary, mundane things, such as giving someone a pair of flip-flops, buying them a meal, just shows them that they're worth loving. Hopefully they also get a touch of God from that as well. But just as human, everyone needs to be loved and feel valued. And so for me, that's, we just hear time and time again of people that will come up to us and just say to us, "You made such a difference in my life." Last week there was a gentleman who had been involved in a fight 8 years ago. We hadn't seen him for 8 years. And the street pastor that was around there pulled him out of the fight, and he was saying it's that moment that he decided that he needs to give up alcohol. And again, he's now completely free of alcohol. He's got himself a job, his wife. He's got a house. And he just that simple, mundane moment. And we don't know the difference that we have in everyone's lives. And that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's all about God. And it's all about God's love.
So John, what's some of the stuff that's happened tonight?
We've had a lot of aggressive situations tonight, but one in particular that we've just been dealing with is there's a little kiosk in the middle of the high street where 2 Pakistani men that run it, they're very nice people, we speak to them every week, and this young man was very racially aggressive towards them and was threatening them, saying that he was going to come back and cut them. And so, you know, we just prayed into that situation, and luckily he eventually went away. And we did alert the police. They just come down the high street in their car looking for him, and we told them what had happened. So hopefully that situation will be okay. And then just now we've been talking to a nice group of people who've put us through the mill, asking us all about our experiences and how we came to God. And it's a very interesting conversation. But then that's the beauty of this job, is that you get lots of different situations, some very volatile, and some really nice people come up and speak to you. So it's really worthwhile doing it.
What would you say to anyone who is considering becoming a street pastor but wasn't quite sure just yet?
Come and try. Just come and try. Just come out for one night. It doesn't have to be the whole night. And just see what we do and how we do it.